Welcome to yet another edition, one of the last of November edition of POS, the podcast that shares stories that you don't give a fuck about, and then we decide who the piece of shit is in stories about people you'll never care about. With us, as always, is the beautiful and wool-hatted Bobby Tamburo.
Bang, bang.
Before we go into our guest, you can see Bobby and I together New Year's Eve. Would you ever want to drop the ball in a place where people don't have teeth? Of course you want to. I don't know where Florence, Massachusetts is, and I'm sure you've all heard of the world famous JJ's Tavern, because that's where we're going to fucking be. Me and Bobby and the very hilarious Timothy Lovett. I know I'm making jokes, but the guy puts on great shows. It's going to be a good time. So if you're going to be in Western Mass area and want to be on a show, and you can still get home in time for the ball to drop, it's an 8 o'clock show. It's not anything too late or crazy. Bobby and I will be on the show. Bobby, my son's going to come with us on the show, and that'll be fun. And he's bigger than both of us. He can be our heavy and just beat people up, and we don't need it.
Does he want to do 10?
He would never. He said he's too good for our shows and he needs money.
He's not wrong.
I know. I know. And also, he wouldn't want to be on a show with a guy who's dressed like glittery Steve Harvey. That's fine. But Bobby, introduce our guest that everyone already knows who the fuck it is anyway.
Hey, folks. Thanks for tuning into the POS show. You know this guy. He's one of the favorites, but he's also, most importantly, a member of Bobby's World, available now on Compound Media on YouTube.
Oh, he's not. That is not what it's called anymore.
Oh, yeah, it's Bobby's Universe now. Mm-hmm. It's going to take some getting used to, Mike.
I got yelled at for that.
Who yelled at you?
Some compound moron. I shared it, and then they were like, well, some guy who has like a weird, it looks like he's Spanish, but he's not Spanish. He's like really mean. I forget his name. He's like,
they're all fucking retarded.
Yeah, but he's on Facebook,
great.
though, and he's like Spanish, and he's like mean. Today his post, well, I forget his name, but the post was something to the effect of, remember when white people were actually in commercials?
Yeah. Do you?
I wrote, they're still in them. They're just, they just go like, I don't know how to use bread.
They're just the bad guy in the commercial now.
Yeah. Or they're the dummy. I don't understand doors. That's fine. I don't need to be in commercials. Bobby's Universe.
Bobby, bitch.
Bobby's Multiverse.
What's going on, O'Donnell?
I'm Mike O'Donnell.
I was talking about you earlier today. I heard you were way too hard on yourself about a certain set.
Nope.
Denial. Take that.
Mike and I talked on the phone after a set, and he was like, I didn't do well, but the headliner did. And I talked to the headliner, and he was like, nah, he tore the room open. Yeah, Richie Redding said that today. He was on.
Nope. Don't know him.
I like Richie. Richie's a great guy.
He also wouldn't lie. He would shit on you.
He would lie. Richie would lie.
That set was all right. Did Richie said I did all right? That's cool.
He said you really kind of opened it up for Ed, and then Ed kind of tore the roof off.
He was like, oh, yeah, that room eats laughter. But I could hear everyone else's laughter pretty fucking clearly.
Listen, I get what Mike's saying. I've been there. It's not about what other people think. It's about what you know you can do.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, you walk away from a set, and when everyone else is getting these pops and these things there where you're like, I'm that level. I know I can do that. I need to work on this and this. It's a good thing to have that feeling. But I get someone go to me and go, dude, no, you crushed. I'm like, well, I crushed for you. I hate this how you go that way.
I had like, I think like 3 people came up to me. Hey, nice set. That was awesome. You're really funny. But, you're like, no, I'm better than what I just did.
Well, not even that. It's like, okay, audience member whose job it is to react, and I'll get laughed. You're a good enough comic where you're at the point where it's not, you're always going to get laughs, even when it's not going well. It's just not the reactions and the connection that you know you can get. You know what I mean?
It's like, tell your face.
What I'm saying is, fuck Richie Red. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, he's cool. He's cool as fuck.
Well, he's cool. His mullet stinks.
His mullet's pretty sick, actually.
He looks like Matt.
He's one of the nicest, sweetest guy. I'm joking. He would watch this and go, "Oh, Pat Oates is so nice." He's just a fucking great dude. He's fucking so funny.
And
I did a show with me, him, and Tate Winston in front of 4 people at a brewery one time in Colchester, Connecticut. It was right at the beginning of when COVID first opened up. So like July of like 2020. And they're like, oh, we should definitely get people. And it was 4 people, and they all sat like apart from each other. And Richie's closing it. Richie's doing 45 minutes. I was doing 30. It was just like, he's like, are we really all doing our time? Why not? It was like fucking insane.
Nice.
I did a show once with me, Richie, and Taint, and I was wincing. God, that would have been better if I didn't step on it. Sorry, Pat.
Oh, were you going for a wincing Taint joke?
Yeah, Taint wincing instead of Tate Wilson.
Oh yeah, Tate Winston, who's also a really nice guy. They're both very sweet fellows. and funny. Usually you say nice guy and it means not funny. They're both actually funny and nice.
That's why I call Mike a dickhead.
Because he's funny as fuck.
Because he's hilarious.
Oh, fucking asshole.
You are what you eat.
I'm a rapist. Listen to the jokes I get. I've seen comics that are not nice or funny.
Yeah, they're usually a guest on the POS show.
Which guy is that?
Never mind.
No, who's it? Come on. I'm gonna guess the wrong guy.
If I told you we'd be seeing him in an hour and 6 minutes, I'm just kidding. I'm just shitting on Brandon.
No, he's nice.
No, Brandon's nice.
He's not
we don't
funny,
ever have
but
bad
he's
guests.
nice.
I was gonna say he's funny.
We've had unfunny people.
We have me every week.
Hey-o.
Hey.
We've had some unfunny people. Like, we've had some mean and ugly porn stars. They're not funny.
Yeah, are you guys not doing porn stars anymore?
We can. I don't care. It didn't work out. Like, Mike, you draw more than they do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my tits are bigger than
I was gonna say
most
you
of
have
them.
bigger tits too.
I think people turn it on for a second and go, ugh. Just turn it off because they're not. It's not that they were interesting. I just don't care about porn. Like, I don't. So it's like it's not going to be a porn talk. I want to do my show. I thought it'd be interesting if they could like hang. And they could. It was fine. But if we're gonna do the show, I'd rather have funny comics doing it with me or maniacs. Like last week, we had this guy Rusk, who's this musician / comic, and he's like a poor man's Mark Random. And we couldn't even get through a POS story because he was just so insane.
Nice.
But it was like fun. Like it was like, Bobby, his friend, some guy messaged me and goes, "Hey, I know Rusk. I'm a musician. So can I do your podcast?" And I was like, well, "Did you watch it?" He's like, "Well, nah." I'm like, "Well, you got to be like funny." He's like,
"Then no."
I was like, "You got to be like funny, and here's what we do." He goes, "I'll let you know." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Thanks for letting me know."
I like that confidence.
Just no. Just say no.
I'm always of the mindset of I respect anyone who asks, because I think that's the one thing comics don't do enough. Only ones who do it are the ones who don't deserve to ask. Weirdly enough, like the people who have the confidence to ask for shit they never do. But so many comics are like, "Dude, I wish I could get on that show. How did you get on that?" I'm like, I asked.
I just had someone ask to be on a show. Sorry to cut you off. And I told them no. I said we're full, and we weren't.
Right.
But I was like, "Oh, props to you for asking."
Oh no, a lot of times I will say. I mean, I'm not saying I say yes because you do it. If my show, like,
so
Bobby,
wait,
I've already
can
had
I get
3
a spot on that Four Horsemen show or not, Mike?
Dude, we're not doing those
Dude,
anymore.
it's not booked.
We just did a
Four
Four Horsemen show.
You could
It's
be the
coming up,
pony,
isn't it?
Yeah. How can you not have the
We
donkey?
just did one last Saturday.
How are you not marketing that? 4 horsemen and a donkey, dude. That's the show. You have the donkey of comedy.
I don't want it to continue to be a thing.
It
It's a one-time thing, and then it kept happening.
It needs to be a thing. The people want it.
The donkey and one of the more prominent people he works with, that's one of the things they get to do together is make fun of the Four Horsemen show. So I'm kind of with Mike's mindset.
Bobby, I've been asked by 3 different people already if they could do guest spots on my album recording. I think that's ballsy. They're like, because in their heads it's gonna be a good show. There'll probably be people there, so why can't I be on it? I'm like, do you think that's what I'm concerned about right now?
Can I intro you?
Yeah. Can I host it? Can I do 20?
Kind of like, ladies and gentlemen.
Are they new comics? Do they just not know?
1 was new.
Okay.
2 were not new. None of them friends with me.
Okay. That's what I was going to say next. Like, so if you're new, you don't get the importance of that. Like, I wasn't even going to ask you to be on your album taping. I didn't. You were like, you can definitely have a spot. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. But, I'm there either way.
I was like, as long as Ryan Brouth isn't mean about it, you could definitely be on it. And he wasn't mean about it. So.
And we were going to go to his daddy because word on the street is
different place.
I know, but just he could still ground him. He could still ground him.
No, the grounding. Ryan is now the ruler. The student has become the teacher.
Oh boy. But we could still get Mr. Broth to tell us embarrassing stories we could read on here.
Like, I did a show this Saturday, and I had 2 guest spots on it. One was a 14-year-old boy. The kid fucking ruled. Like, he's funny as shit. Like, he did 10. I said, you want to do 5 to 7? He goes, I'd rather do 10. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're doing 10. 14-year-old boy. Like, that's great. And he brought his 13-year-old friend, some girl. The comics were so great with things. Everyone's like, wait, there's a girl too? and then so you're making jokes and you'd forget. Like I said something, I made fun of some guy's wife and I'm like, don't worry, I'll jerk off to you. And then I said, don't worry, I'll jerk off to all of you. And then I stopped with, not the kids. I just caught myself like 14 or 13, you get nothing. You get no jerking off for you. And so like the father, at one point someone said like to the 13-year-old girl, who are you? Like his sister's like, no, I'm his best friend. And the guy goes, and I'm her father. And one of the comics goes, she's learned a lot. She goes, well, I won't explain it any further if you're wondering. Like, she better have learned what you said and figured it out. I'm not teaching her off this. I thought that was great. But we had 2 guest spots on the show already and 3 other comics. And I had a comic show up and they were being supportive, but I did feel like they were there hoping that move, that the Barry Rib move where you just show up and go, hey, I'm here. Don't you need someone? It's like, well, no. I appreciate the support. I appreciate doing that. What that does to me is that tells me, okay, the next time I need a guest spot, I will ask that person because they came and supported. But for you to think that I don't have my shit together enough or I don't have enough comics, it's insulting.
Yeah, and like we've all been in that position. You go to support a show and you get thrown on.
My first year, I did it a couple of times, but not even on purpose. I went with friends. I had to be a bringer. And then people asked me to do time. And I'm like, am I still their bringer?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. But I don't, on purpose, I don't go to shows. Or I stayed in the back. Or I literally, before they walk up to me, I go, no, thank you. Like right away. Like, this is your guys' fucking show. I don't want to be part of it.
But I was going to say, like, there's a difference between just showing up and being ready in case they grab you and expecting or trying to suck up to go on. Like, I'm like you. If I show up and I'm supporting at a show, I'm just going to go sit there. I probably won't even talk to you until after the show. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I am. But going and being
I also will take over. Like, if I go to a show and I see it being run poorly, I start to go like to the host, like, hey, you should do this. You know, hey, maybe don't do that. Like, okay. And then, like, the booker's like, how about that? Next thing I know, I've had people that are running shows like, hey, can you help with the light and do that? Like, and they want me to take over because I have that manic thing where like I want a show to run good, so I have to like pull. I can't go to them.
That makes sense. I'm the opposite. I'll watch a show crash and burn.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Enjoy it.
Oh, if I don't like them, yeah, then I'll be like, ooh, I want this to fail so they can't do it comedy anymore. But I have this question for you guys. I know this is just bothering me or whatever. Do either, because you're both people that get paid to be on shows. You're a comedian. I hate to ever say someone's not a comedian. But you know what I mean? There's a difference between bringer people or just open mic people and people get paid for gigs. Like we consider all this our jobs. You know what I mean? Even if you have other jobs, comedy is your job. Do you ever have other comics like write congrats under you having a gig? So you post like, I'm headlining this place. They're like, congrats.
I've had it like supportively.
Yeah, I might have had like 1 or 2. I'm like, oh, good job. But
there's this one comic who's a bringer guy who does all the Frank shows, who writes it under everything I do. And a couple of times I've actually had to write underneath, I don't need to be congratulated. It's my job. I'm not you. Like, I get that you would think it's congrats.
I'm gonna start commenting. Oh, look at you doing comedy.
That's what it feels like.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Look at you, because they say it every fucking day. But they also write it. But they also
let anybody
write it.
do comedy.
Yeah. Well, believe Mike, I've fought that my whole life. For some reason, even though I headline shit and I do well, anytime I get booked by a club, that club gets 6 phone calls of like, oh, you're booking that guy? Why don't you book me? Like, I'm the thing that people see and go, well, if he can be on it, anyone can. I don't know why, but it always happens to me. Or people be like, oh, I didn't know they were booking at that level now. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? But this guy's just, he writes this to every person that's an open micer like him, but then also writes it to me. And I finally today, I know when he sees he's going to get all heartbroken. I had to unfriend him today, so he couldn't comment that anymore.
Yeah, like when I meant supportively, it was like a gig somebody knew I was working hard to get. Or like, hey, this is my first time featuring at the Comedy Zone.
Right, if it was an accomplishment, but I shared a poster that I'm going to be at a brewery next Friday.
Oh, you're playing Tony's Pizza?
Congrats, man. Exactly. You're doing the Alvarium brewery.
You earned it.
Congrats, great work. Like that shit, like that. And I'm like, what?
Or if it was after the show, like if you posted a picture of you on stage and you were like sold out elbow room, and they were like, "Hey, congrats, good
Of
job."
course.
That's where I would see it more. Like, when I got to do Cleveland, like people from Compound were like, "Oh, congrats, man! I know that's something you've wanted to do. That's a big accomplishment. You've earned that." You know what I mean? So that's different than every post. Hey, Gary Limoges put me on another show. Congrats, man.
Right. Like when I said that I'm going to be recording an album, a lot of people said congratulations, especially that I said, hey, someone else recorded. It's not me doing it my own. People were like, congrats. That's congrats. You know what I mean? That's cool. When I won that thing, Last Comic Standing, and it was 100, I beat 175 people. Yeah, congrats. But if I put like literally hosting the open mic tonight, at Retro Bar and Grill, and someone's like, congrats. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, wow.
What are we doing? I got $50. I don't know why. It shouldn't anger me, but it fucking angers. I don't really get angry anymore, but at that shit I do.
I get that.
And I explained it at one point in a post. I'm like, hey, I was trying to be nice. I'm like, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but this is my job. I don't congratulate you when you go to work every day. This is my job. I'm supposed to do this. And then they hearted that, and then wrote underneath, it's like, God is good or some shit. And I'm like, all right, I guess.
Is this me?
No, you don't write God is good, do you?
All right, God is great.
Yeah, I was saying, if I was God, I'm like, I'm better than good. I know there's just one more O in it, and it's easy, but come on.
Now you just sound like my ex texting me back.
Oh, we got back on that. I thought we just did
still talking to
closure. Oh, God, we did a whole thing last week. They're talking a lot. But Bobby's talking, and she's like just kind of playing along.
Oh, no. She said
you reading the shit. Bobby's like, oh, she wants it. She said, hey, I'm not here right now.
She never ends a
Leave a
sentence with a
message at the
period.
sound of my text.
Now she is.
I think it was something along the lines of, I fucking hate you. I think I'm done talking to you. God, do you know how to insult me? It was the last text I got, so.
Yeah. And did we not say that was going to happen?
Yeah, but she's interested, so.
No, she's not. Dude, you are better. You're worse at reading a room than a comedic magician. They don't want either of that from somebody. Nobody wants comedy or magic from one man. You want comedy or you want magic. You are worse at reading a woman than he is at reading a career.
Speaking of reading a comedy room, Mike and I got to see each other Wednesday at a comedy show, and some sparks flew.
Oh, is it open mic?
No, it was the Children's Miracle Network.
Oh, that big show that you were all for.
Yeah. I went and did
Why
that.
did sparks fly? Did one of the kids' wheelchairs blow up?
No.
Yeah. He went below 90 miles an hour.
Why did Bobby fall in love with a
It's a
retired person?
speed reference, guys. Come on.
I chuckled.
I smiled. Mike, you want to explain what happened? Because you got hands-on.
I didn't see what happened. I dealt with the aftermath.
You got handsy with a mentally ill patient?
No, so
Yeah.
there are no patients there. They've all either died
You gotta have
or
patience, Bobby.
I didn't that
Just a
night.
little patience.
But I guess at the end of the show, some dude started getting lippy. And Earl's
Is
security.
it because he was retarded and he had a big lip?
No, it's because he's black.
Yeah, go. Hello there, Bobby. I'll say is, why are you getting lippy with me?
You can't be kicking me out.
Whoa, it's cold outside. I can't be out there the whole
Did you
time.
see the fight happen? Like, I just dealt with the dude outside.
There was a fight inside a comedy show?
I was going to tell you about it, but you just wouldn't let me get to the story.
Oh, first of all, the story will continue. My
Nah,
bad for
I'm
doing
good.
the part where it's entertaining.
I'm good.
No. Well, go on with your tale.
Mike, you want to take over?
No, see, that's not a
Yeah.
story. You're
were-
a piece of show. You're in this story. You're a piece of shit. Pat, let me tell my story. And your story is Mike. You want to tell it. So
There were
fuck off.
7 rings granted to the.
One
Bobby,
ring will rule them all.
Tell the story.
Whoa, easy, Mike. We're just trying to do the fun part where we make it entertaining.
Bobby, tell the story. I'll leave right now.
I'll tell the story. So I was there, and I was walking outside, and put up my fist.
One guy got a little angry because there was a stool in the way or something. I don't know what happened
Was
there.
he humping it?
No, it wasn't. Believe it or not. If he had, he was like, when's this? That's why he was mad. He was like, oh, I'll just let it go. Eventually, this black guy's going to hump that stool. And by the end of the show, he's like, motherfucker.
Hump that stool. Hump
Never
that
moved.
stool.
But then another guy got into it, at which point Earl's personal security guard realized it was going to be an issue and went over to like break it up. And I guess the guy lunged at him. So Christian grabbed the guy by the throat and like threw him up against the wall to break up the fight, as you do when you're peacefully breaking up a fight. And then that guy like shoved him back, and then Christian was sitting on a table, and that's when Mike's boy came in to break it up, Todd. Now Todd
dude,
is
Big
not natural.
motherfucker.
It is not natural. He is done
describe
more.
the size. What's he like?
Braun Strowman.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. But
Catch these
ripped,
hands?
ripped to a T.
Big.
Like
But
you
just huge.
wearing a non-skin tight shirt in sizes so small that I could like make out his abs. He's that jacked.
Nice.
So he goes
jacked under layers, jacked.
Yeah. He goes, he grabs the guy, walks him outside, and then my favorite part of the story happens. Because what does he say to you, Mike?
Make sure that guy doesn't come back inside.
Like, what were you going to do if that guy came back inside?
I would have fucked that dude up, dude. I'm tough.
It would have been
But
like
that guy would have at least taken me down to the ground.
it would have
pretty
been
quick.
like a bullfight.
He was very aggressive. He was very angry.
He would have just said "Andale" and let you go right through.
I would have caught the horns. I would have been like that poster in Dodgeball, dude. Him wrestling the bull.
I was making sure Earl was safe, taking pictures.
And then Earl called me Casey's girlfriend.
He did do that. That was hilarious. That
On
was my
purpose or by
favorite.
mistake?
He quickly corrected himself, but almost so quickly like he planned it, and it was great.
How Casey loved that?
She wasn't there.
Oh, is it on video for her to know?
Because
I told her about it, and she said, "I don't know why he did that. He knows you." And I was like, "I know."
we were walking
That's
out
why he did
together. Mike and I were walking out together, and Earl like came out probably 20 yards behind us. I went to say bye. He's like, "Oh, who is that? Is that a comedian?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Mike O'Donnell." He's like, "Oh yeah, Mike. Hey, you're Casey's boyfriend."
Oh, that's okay then. I thought he meant he did it on stage.
No.
Hey, oh yeah, Casey's girlfriend. Like,
That would have been great.
yeah, that's a dickhead move. Just messing up the wording. That's fine. He was acknowledged. It is okay. I'm gonna ask this question of you, Mike.
You're one of them 4 jackasses, ain't you, Mike?
No.
Yeah.
You one of the Mount Rushmores of stupid?
Is that a comic? I'm wearing the same thing I wear on stage every time he's seen me.
No, but
Which, to be
Okay.
fair, is the Central PA white guy uniform. It's a Slayer zip-up hoodie.
No,
and
I'm the only
jeans.
person in Slayer, dude. No one else rocks it.
I was bothered by that person saying congrats, and a lot of non-comedians won't get it, but you guys got it. So the same thing applies to this question to Mike. When someone refers to you
Yes.
as your girlfriend who's a comic as their girlfriend, does that bother you? Because in the hierarchy of comedy,
She's my boyfriend. Yes.
she's your boyfriend.
If I'm her girlfriend, she's my boyfriend.
No, but you know
That's
what I mean.
science.
Yes, in a relationship you're equal, but in comedy you are not. You are the higher up. You have been doing it longer. You are more established. So it shouldn't be like, oh, that's Mike's girlfriend. You should never in comedy to a comic. That to me feels like he was insulting you.
I felt insulted.
Yeah. He was kind of like doing that. He was kind of putting it out there, like you both don't matter. I'm Earl. David
And then he was like,
Reed.
"Did you watch the show?" And I was
Earl
like,
David
"No."
Reed.
He is the Earl David Reed. He killed, by the way.
EDR.
So did Lennon with his fucking guitar.
I don't know how you deal with that. I'd break it over his head.
No, I mean, he's great at it.
I
And
know,
it's-
but I still would. That's why you do it when they're
Lennon,
good at
fuck your shit up, dude.
That is true. Lennon's a bit of a beast.
it. You guys think everybody's a beast.
No. Lennon's one of those guys like who just
Old Town's tough. It's like Footloose. But no
doesn't
kids.
have to wear shoes because just for so many years he was barefoot that his feet
Yeah.
can take the like he's one of those nature
Lennon's
guys.
built like Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, I'm not deal. Any guy, you don't fight any man who doesn't wear shoes. That's like a rule.
Yeah, no, that's my first rule.
Just because they don't care, they have nothing to lose. Like literally, don't even have shoes to lose.
If their first move is to take off their shoes instead of their shirt, I know I'm in trouble.
Dude, if a guy takes his shirt off for a fight, he can't fight. I've always learned that. If a guy is like, I gotta take my shirt off, he's been beat up so many times he's tired of getting blood out of his shirt. Like that's literally what he's
I
doing.
never thought of it like that.
Yeah, it's gonna why because I've never had my shirt soiled. I've been able to wear the shirt somewhere later. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'm a fighter in any way, but when a guy has to do the whole show of like, here we go, it's like, all right, you can't fight. You're doing all this as a scare tactic.
It's like a
That's
peacock.
all the bark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I saw a dude in a fight he took off a hoodie, a fucking vest, and 2 shirts. It's like, damn, dude. Like,
shit, yeah.
My favorite's when the fight's shorter than it took them to get the clothes off.
Yeah.
It took them
This was
5
pretty
minutes to
quick.
get undressed and 2 seconds to get knocked the fuck out.
I'll never take my shirt off in a fight.
There was a year where I went to like basically an all black school, or like an all minority school.
in
It
the
was
pool.
black. It was black and Puerto Ricans, but like I was like one of the 5 white people that went to this school. I played basketball, and like so there was a fight one time. We had a half day, and remember this is also a technical school, so some of the kids were like plumbers, so they had like plumbing wrenches. So you don't want to fight certain people because they were just given weapons. These are hood kids with like crazy weapons. There was this one kid who's in jail now, and he's been in jail for a long time. But back then, he wasn't in jail; he was just in high school, and he seemed kind of old to be even in high school. And he was this badass guy, and he didn't play basketball because he wasn't allowed to, like his parole or something. I don't know. But he would hang out with us, right, kind of deal, and like be like our. He was just there. He was kind of like a Suge Knight, and I don't know what his role was because I was white, not in the loop. But he had a role somehow with the team. But he was just
a mascot,
kind of, but it's a mascot that would like shoot other people's buses. Like,
okay.
So, yeah, we actually there was a gunfight one time. This is a different story. So he came to a practice, and another kid whose cousin was on our team from a different school came down because he heard that this guy was going to be there and he was going to fuck him up because he slept with his girl or some shit. So we're at practice, whatever. So the guy, the cousin guy from a different school, he comes in and he's like, yo, so what? He's all yelling and he takes his shirt off, same kind of whole fucking thing. And this guy, the jail guy, he's not even moving. He's just like not smiling. It's like he's just sitting outside on a windy day, and he's just standing there, and he's like, "That's all you got, man." And he's just like, so then he goes and he throws a punch and he hits the guy in the head, and he just goes, "When you gonna fight?" And he got hit. The punch just crushed his face. Like, "When you gonna fight?" And the guy grabbed the wrench, and then hit this guy, the jail guy, in the head with the wrench, and he went down. There was blood in his head, and he went, now I gotta fuck you up. And that's what he said. Like, I was so scared. He just goes, now I gotta, and he beat the shit out of this guy. Like 8, like it was like professional. It was like Mike Tyson. Like 8 of the hardest punches I ever saw. This guy's whole body looked like he got hit by a car. And then he looked at the cousin and goes, "You better get his body out of here. I ain't getting in trouble for that shit." So he had to make a phone call and have the guy's body, it wasn't dead, but to the hospital, going away. And he goes, "And throw out that wrench." He didn't want his blood on the wrench anywhere.
That's fair.
So
Yeah,
throw
I
out
get
the
that.
wrench. And then the
The
guy
next
goes,
kid in shop class is like, "Where the fuck is the 7/8?"
he's missing a wrench. But then the guy turns and goes, "Your coach ain't here yet. Can we just play some pickup?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, whatever you want, dude. Sure, you get to shoot all the
Just
time."
bleeding, draining threes.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere. He had a crack. I mean, he had blood. He put like he had a do-rag. So he just took a t-shirt and wrapped it around like a band, like a headband, and then put the do-rag over that and just stopped the blood for a while.
And he just looked cooler.
Yeah.
Like
damn.
the
The guy's like the coolest guy of all time. It was like,
Yo, y'all suck at defense. Nobody gets within 10 feet of me.
no. He got
Yeah, I
free
don't think people
layups,
are
whatever he
guarding
wanted. Oh yeah. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Hey, what's
It
he
was
in
like a
jail
movie
for?
shit. I think tax evasion.
Damn, really?
He just
I'm
came
kidding.
out hard.
I'm pretty sure murder. I don't know, but murder. It had to be something.
I don't know
like
what
that.
degree of it, but
Yeah.
one of them.
But what? He's got at least his masters.
Mike,
Would be funny if it was taxes. Forgot to file your W-9s. Now I got to fuck you up.
Pyramid scheme.
Mike can attest to this. I work at kind of the ghetto dicks of the 2 Harrisburg dicks.
Ghetto dicks.
But we had a guy named Marquise who would always be in the back. Marquise was the shit, but he was real quiet. And we had another guy named Rayvon who would always come in and try to start fights. And one day he got into it with Marquise.
Rayvon Martin?
No, if only. Probably in Harrisburg.
That would have been cool.
That would have been, yeah, we would have had something good happen at Dick's for once.
Not me. You keep saying that. Not me.
Put your tea in the fridge. See what the fuck happens.
But Marquise was just real quiet. And then we walked away and we're like, hey, why didn't you say anything back? He's like, oh, like if I was going to do something, I wouldn't talk to him first. I'd just shoot him 6 times. Like that's what he would hear from me. And it was just like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, he talks so he doesn't have to fight. I thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah. Oh, that's usually what it is. Like, speaking when you said Marquise, that reminds me. Do you guys remember there was a baseball player before both your time? There was a baseball player for the Braves named Marquise Grissom.
I think that was a little before my time.
Right. But anyway, So it was an interesting thing. Like, it was like during the World Series one year when they were in it. I think I forget who they were playing, but I think they were playing the Twins that year. And Marquise Grissom and Tim McCarver's doing his thing where it's the World Series, so he has to like give tidbits of shit like for people that don't normally watch baseball. So interesting facts, and he goes, Marquise Grissom, an interesting story is he got that name. It's an interesting first name from his father. His father named him after the car that they were making at the Mercury plant, the Mercury Marquis. But the father called him Marquise because he wasn't sure how to pronounce it. And he told that story. And I'm like, that would not fly nowadays. You basically said, this illiterate fuck said that name wrong, and now your boy's named the wrong thing. He's supposed to be Marquis, but he's Marquise because it's the Mercury Marquis, but he said it wrong.
Nah, that would fly.
You couldn't do it now. You could not.
You can.
You can't say anything.
Why did
You just do it with anybody's name that's not spelled right?
Because
like you're illiterate.
Well, Detroit back then, Bobby, was like that was their big thing, like making cars. So it was a car that was probably making that whole town so much money. It was like a new car that came out. It came out at the same time as his son. So he's like, here he is, the Mercury.
My son, Cadillac.
Yeah.
Pat Oates passed away today. He's survived by his two sons, Mustang and Cobalt.
And Sally. I would like that. My daughter, Chevelle. That's a good name.
Yeah.
You know, Usnavi, right?
My two kids,
Usnavi,
Fred. Yeah. I'm sorry. My two kids, Fred and Dodge Dart. Give them both names. I like that better.
One works
and the
out
Ford
way
F-150.
My Jeep Grand Cherokee.
One gets lucky, one just gets fucked. They're like, here's my Oldsmobile, my son Oldsmobile, and Bronco. What the fuck can I have been called Bronco?
Yeah, but during the OJ times, that was cool.
What the fuck was the Urkel
Yo,
car?
it's me, White Bronco, son.
Dad, why am I called Tundra, but we live in Mississippi?
The 14-year-old kid had OJ and Bill Cosby jokes, and it was so fucking great.
What level of confidence do you have to not only do comedy at 14, ask for more time, but also bring a chick? Like, you know what's going to impress this chick when I murder? Dude,
he did. He fucking it sold out. It's a small room though, but it's like 60 people. But still, for a tight room, 60 people, a 14-year-old, and he doesn't make eye contact or anything, but like he just enjoys doing it, and he's probably done it like 6 times, but he had 10 minutes. And by the way, I've seen him do 2 open mics. He didn't do 2 of his jokes. I'm like, fuck you. like I've seen other material, and I'm like, you're not doing all your time. And then there were people that were like been doing it a couple of years and didn't do as well as it. It was also tough for a lot of people to follow.
I look forward to the episode of Divorce Court where he has to try to prove he gets custody of the kid and that they're spending quality time together doing comedy. The dad, he's like, no, look, we're doing. They're like, you took him to drink.
You want to know how great that dad was? That was that dad's birthday.
Holy shit.
On his birthday, they went to his son doing a comedy show. I didn't know that when the father hit me up asking. He didn't ask about the show. That's the cool thing. The father didn't ask. He just thanked me for being cool about the open mics. So I offered it. And he's like, hey, I swear. The father said, I swear to God, I'm not a stage dad. I'm not trying to do that. I go, no, you're not. That's kind of why I offered it. I don't know. I think if I was 14, it'd be kind of cool. If he doesn't want to do it, if he doesn't want to hang out with lame adults, I get that too. So whatever he wants to do. Bobby, I think I told you this, but the next day I get a message from the father and he goes, yeah, I just got yelled at by my son because I waited a fucking day to respond to you for the show. He's in. I'm like, all right. I like how the kid's like, don't blow the gig. Just fucking say yes. It's like, you're my manager. And I was going to throw the kid some cash too, but they took off. I mean, it was later. So they took off right after and I couldn't. And I try to pay guest spots when I can if I make enough money.
And it's
good. He's good.
You don't want to take away his ability to get a scholarship. You know, he's still got his amateur status.
We have, I think he's 15 that comes to our open mic every once in a while, and he's not good.
Yeah.
Who is
this kid's got complex premises that are things that I wish I had.
His name. Some black kid.
And
this guy's not black.
He's also, what I like about your 14-year-old is he's reasonable enough to.
Yeah, his mom took him. You believe it?
His mom and dad both came to the show.
I think it was his mom and his grandma.
What's better is the father even goes like, so where do I get tickets for me and my wife? I go, shut up. I'm not charging. You're 14. The kid's 14. I'm not charging you two to come watch your kid do a comedy show.
That's awesome. And like that's how it should be. You found somebody who's like, this kid's in it for the passion. He didn't ask you for this spot. He's just happy to do the open mics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We have this 19-year-old kid who's been at our mics, and he's also pretty funny. But it was so funny at the first mic, the 14-year-old came. He finally got to do it. He looks around and he goes, maybe you'll get it when you're a little older, because everyone does that to him at the mics. And I was like, you see the kid smiling, like, yeah, bitch. He's like 5 years older than him.
That's awesome. And to have the humility to be like, I'm going to go to open mics first. I bring a guy named Ray Catolo. You know Ray episodes on here. He recorded an album at 14, just him into a microphone.
Oh, I know a guy who did that in his room.
Yeah. His name is Ray Catolo. We have him on the
I know another
episodes all the
guy.
time.
A guy who did that, and we would make fun of that album for years. He made his own album. He did a couple jokes in his room. He did skits with a friend where they didn't even have sound effects. He did it with his mouth. So like, and here comes a police car. Wee wee.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's so funny.
It's when you listen to it. If you're high, you do laugh at the thing. But all the sets he does of comedy on it, it's like Adam Sandler's first album. Like, we're all gonna laugh at you shit. Like, so it's like a stand-up joke and then like a skit and then a stand-up joke and a skit and maybe a thing. But the stand-up is all from 3 different open mics that he would go to. So it wasn't even from like a show. Like, one of them, you could hear me going, "You got a minute left," like during his joke, and then you could hear like a glass falling from the waitress.
That sounds like a great album.
It's called "I'd Rather Be Bowling" by Matt Heath. If you can find it somewhere, go for it. He has 3 jokes about Dave Coulier. Bobby, all right?
Oh, yeah, just coughing.
No, you were flinging forward. You were having some Jay Fox action.
I was just thinking, Ray, the funniest thing he ever did once was he got tired of the people like Mike and Manny not getting his jokes because, you know, they're a little over, you know, you got to think about it. So he was like, oh, they like dick jokes. So for his 5-minute set at the open mic, and I want to run that by you guys one more time, for his 5-minute set at the open mic, he read a letter he wrote to his penis.
Oh, I think you talked about this on our podcast once.
That did happen.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
And
it's always cool when the owner's just like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. And then
I don't know. He's got 4 minutes left.
He got off stage and was like, hey, let me sit next to you. And it's like, no, please do not. Do not let anybody know we're friends right now, right? I'll tell you how great that was after the show.
I don't mean to cut you off. That's a wonderful tale, but I know the last couple of times Mike was on, he was a little bummed that we didn't do POS stories. And I wanted to make sure at least did 1 or 2 with Mike on the show.
Yeah, let's do a story.
We get into too much chatter. We love Mike, but it's like it's too much fun just talking. We forget to do a story. So, how do you guys feel about DJ Kaled?
Do a different
He's the
story.
Best.
I know you have 10 DJ Khaled stories. Let's not do a single DJ Khaled.
Hang on a second.
No,
He's
you got
the
your
best
choice. Mike
was my answer.
I know. I appreciate that. I went to go read it, and then Mike fucking cockblocked he's the best thing. Now, Mike, I will give you the option. You either get a DJ Kaled story or a Horatio Sands story.
That's tough. DJ Khaled. He is the best.
Can I tell my DJ Khaled story real quick, Pat? Because I used him over Thanksgiving, believe it or not. Like, I got so fed up with my parents being like,
Is this a POS story or just a story?
Just real quick. It'll be 30 seconds. My parents would be like, hey, I didn't hear what you said. Or like, you didn't say that, even though I definitely did. So it got so bad, it was to the point where I just would play the major key alert anytime I said something important.
It's 12 seconds.
Yeah.
That's good.
Fuck you both. That was a great story you fucking know
That was
sold on.
synchronized. We should
I
go
think
to
I'm
the
done with the
Olympics. That's
episode. Fuck you both.
That's how DJ Kaled would sign off right there. Fuck you both.
Fuck the both of y'all.
Okay. Drake gifts DJ Kaled $20,000 toilets for birthday and says, this is not no regular bowl.
Oh.
DJ Kaled turned 47 on Saturday. Did you realize he was that old? I didn't even realize he was that old.
I didn't think he was that old. I thought he was like maybe like early 40s.
I thought like 40. Yeah. And his buddy Drake celebrated by giving him the ultimate gift, luxury toilets. Drake, 36, who I also thought he was older than 36 for some reason. Maybe I was up. Gifted his friend multiple high-end cans. And Kaled took to Instagram to show them off. And yeah, you go to his Instagram. There's pictures of DJ Kaled and Drake posing in front of toilets. Listen, this is not no regular toilet bowl, Kaled explained. My brother Drake just bought me and my family about 4 big toilet bowls. This is called a Toto toilet bowl. Kaled excitedly said he and his wife, Nicole Tuck, wanted to upgrade their commodes even before receiving the generous gift.
How long ago was this?
This story came out today.
I'm trying to find his fucking toilet on Instagram.
Oh, I don't know. He says he put it up there. The story is dated November 29th, which is today, right?
I think so.
If you just search DJ Kaled toilets, and you'll probably see a picture. I hope there's some with his face on him. Like his face on the bowl. But that's great. But if not, I can send you a picture of DJ Kaled toilets. Where is he?
Oh, I see him.
You got him? There you go. They're not even that great.
It looks like a normal toilet.
Yeah, that's it. But they're a Toto toilet bowl. I'm not even joking. Drake, we've been wanting this. Me and my queen been talking about getting Totos for the whole
We've been
house.
shitting in buckets,
Yeah.
so you showed up.
Thank God. We didn't even know what to do. We had an outhouse, an in-house, all the house. He continued. The rapper went on to list some of the features of the toilet, including a UV light cleaning system, remote control operation, automatic toilet seat open and close, night light, built-in air deodorizer, heated seats, and a bidet function. Yeah, there's that
like
one where
the-
he's
I like the
posing
idea
behind
of
it.
it.
Did you find that picture where he's posing
Yeah.
behind it?
I like the idea of a toilet with a nightlight. I'm afraid to sleep in the bathroom.
Where is the light?
Inside the bowl, dude?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, for peeing.
Yeah, it's for pink. Bobby, come back.
No, it's fine. It's better.
Sorry, I had to pee.
No, you didn't. Well, did you use your brand new Toto toilet?
No, it doesn't have a glow in the dark part.
Kaled noted that anyone who has been
Handling
to Drake's house knows the greatness of the luxury bowl toilet. You ever been to Drake's house? You know it's worth 500 million.
That's all people talk about at Drake's. Were you been to Drake's house? You see the toilets?
It's nice to know that if you are mentally retarded and can just hit a button to produce music, you can make money still, because only a retard would go to someone's house and go, yo, the toilets are crazy, yo, and then get toilets as a gift and think it's okay.
Or somebody as fat as DJ Khaled, who clearly has had issues with other people's toilets. Yeah. He's like, yo, Drake's the only one who lets me shit at his house. He's the best.
A toilet that fits.
Yeah, this one's mobile, so bring it to my house when you poop.
Yo, Drake, I got a major poo alert.
Hey, bring your toilet when you come over.
Yo, Drake, I got a major poo alert. Is this okay, or I gotta go to McDonald's?
BYOT, bring your own toilet.
Damn, yo, Pusha T never lets me poo in his house.
Oh, that was good too. The one he's praying behind it. Yeah.
Prayer hands behind
There's
the toilet.
another one where he's doing this, like the Heisman pose behind it in the video. But yo, you ever been to Drake's house? You know it's worth 500 million, Kaled said. It's not about the money. It's just about he went and got the best of the best. He gifted us a few of these Toto toilet bowls.
He taking over.
I was all waiting. He's not doing any quotes. Kaled didn't specify which Toto toilet model he received, but the box shown behind him reads Neorist, which ranges in price.
Toilet.
Right, which ranges in price from $5,598
That's so stupid.
to $20,172, according to the Bowl Brand's website.
This toilet's worth more than my car.
By the way, there's another picture of DJ Kaled with the toilet down, doing a hand move like this, like
Did
I don't know.
Did it say he got two?
Yes.
So he was like, oh,
For
yo,
him and his wife.
Everybody look at this. This is the DJ Khaled exclusive. I get to use this one. And Drake was like, wait a second. Wait till you open this box. And he opened it and was like, oh, shit, another one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I hope so. The Wild Thoughts rapper exclaimed that this was the most amazing toilet bowl I've ever seen in my life. Then this quote happened. This might be the best gift ever. Everybody knows when you sit down and do the theory, he said, that's when you meditate and reflect on life. When you sit down and do the theory, that's when you reflect on life.
He's not
wrong. I didn't
wrong.
repeat it twice. He said it twice.
I do like the idea of DJ Khaled going into the bathroom and then walking out like, who put doo-doo stains on my $250,000 toilet?
Or better going, I have a theory, and then pooping like
just food poisoning in the $50,000 toilet bowl?
He literally repeated that twice. I want to do that again. That's
His
when you
wife's
meditate.
like, you okay in there? He's like, give me 1 second. He comes out. He's like, babe, you're not going to believe this. I'm so hood. I wear my pants below my waist. And she's like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. It's the best.
That's when you meditate and reflect on life. When you sit down and do the theory, that's when you reflect on life. Ideas be coming. Some of my best ideas come from me taking a theory. Real talk. And I got one now that lights up, and it's Spray's theory.
And some of my best idea, my worst ideas come out.
Yeah. I mean, I like that he's trying to make theory the word for poop. Like, no, it's not going to catch on, but he's trying very hard.
No,
I'm absolutely going to start using it. Yeah, it worked, Pat.
I got a theory I'm working on.
It's taken over.
Fuck the two of you. And I got one now that lights up, and it sprays theory. And it even makes it smell theory. And it's like a big theory. He had a stroke at the end there. I don't know what happened. That's it.
He's like, yo, I'm on one.
That's news.
You think he
That's
called
news,
Drake?
According to the New York Post.
You think he called
news.
Drake the first time he used it? And Drake was like, yo, what's up, Cat? He's like, yo, I'm on one.
So guess what I'm doing right now?
Who's the piece of shit in this story? There's not many options. Is it DJ Kaled for being this excited about toilets? Is it Drake for giving him toilets? Is it his wife for being like, yes, this is all we ever wanted? Is it the woman, Brooke Steinberg, for writing this article? Or is it me for thinking this is the thing I should be sharing with Mike before he leaves? Who's the piece of shit in the story? Mike, go first.
It's Drake.
Why?
You can't give DJ Khaled cool stuff, dude. DJ Khaled gets excited over the littlest things, and it's adorable.
So excited.
But you can't be like, let's get him a toilet. Let's get him an expensive
I think
toilet.
that was the joke. I think Drake on purpose goes, you know how he gets hyped for everything? There's no way he can get hyped for toilets. And then it's like, dude, he got hyped for toilets.
You can give DJ Khaled a McGriddle. He'd be like, oh, fuck, it's like a pancake on top of a burger.
This inspires the theory. I eat this, and then theories come out.
I call it brain food.
It's Drake? I don't know. It's all right. Bobby, who is it?
Can I throw out one more option? The literal poo that comes out of DJ Khaled now could be the piece
It's
of
not
shit.
a poo.
It's theory.
Theory.
Who's the POT on this story?
He's a theorist.
For me, the piece of shit. Who was the author?
Brooke Steinberg. Lovely Jew.
It's Brooke Steinberg. Because Mike's right. DJ Khaled is the happiest soul I've ever met. He loves every aspect of his life.
He's so happy.
Yeah, that's what his whole life was. He tried to make working out fun. He was like, I can't work out. I'm fat. It's a major key alert, except that you're fat sometimes. Like, he just loves life. And Drake knew what to get this man. The man poos a lot. Look at him. He's like, this guy needs a toilet. So he just did his thing. The issue is this woman who's trying to turn it into a mockery. DJ Khaled's so excited about toilets. Yeah, he got a $50,000 fucking toilet.
Well, she's not making fun of him. She's celebrating it too.
Nah, I think she's trying to mock
I had
him.
a $50,000 toilet. I would be like, that's a $50,000
It's not a $50,000
toilet.
toilet.
I don't know if you know this, Pat. Her people are at war with Kanye and DJ Khaled right now.
Not DJ Kaled.
That's true.
What's his theory on that?
He's like, well, it's called Lamarca Kane. It's the best. We the best tribe. Mike, that's where you draw the line?
No, not at all. I don't ever.
They're not real.
I've never drawn a line.
No, I said Mike.
Oh, Mike.
That's where he tapped at. You were on board tagging it, Pat.
So no, they're not real.
Okay. It's not Drake.
News.
It's not Drake. Drake was just trying to listen. Everyone is rich. What do you get people that are rich? You know, like, what do you get the man that has everything?
A toilet.
Fucking luxury toilets. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of so baller that you're like, when you know you can buy someone something and they have the money to handle the plumbing. Like, if you bought me toilets, there would just be 2 toilets in my garage because I wouldn't be able to afford the plumbing to put them in. You know what I mean? I would just have. Someone got me a
There
range.
would be plants growing in these.
Yes, someone got me a range hood for my stove that I need a newer one. It's in my bedroom right now. It's been there for 6 months because I don't know how to do electrical and I can't afford a guy. So I just have a range hood. But if someone bought me like that,
I know what we're doing after the
gift.
show, New Year's Eve.
You're gonna do electrical work?
Installing a range hood.
But anyway, so it's not Drake. It's not DJ Khaled. Listen, even if he doesn't like the gift, listen, we all know that we've had to fake getting a gift and be like, yeah, this is the best shirt.
Like, yeah, blowjob. Wow.
Yeah. from your mom again.
Another toothy blowjob. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. All these teeth so little time.
I wish you'd cheat on me so somebody else could tell you to use some lip.
Hello there. I'm here for you. It's me, Green Mile guy. Michael Clark Duncan. I'm dunking my nuts in your mouth. Look at me. Michael Clark dunking my nuts. Anyway, so it's not DJ Khaled because even if he doesn't like the toilets, he fucking hyped this shit up. It's not Brooke Steinberg, only because of all the other articles we've ever read from her. This might be the best written one. Did Bobby leave again because I didn't choose his person? So,
I'm here.
all right. To me, it's anyone that charges $20,000 for a toilet. If you're going to make luxury toilets, I hate to say this, rich African-American rappers are going to buy them and gift them to each other. You can't. You got to, I would cut.
That dude's a genius.
No, he is, but also he's just taking advantage of people that just like, you want to talk about like that, what was that saying, N-word rich? Like, I'm buying people toilets that got lights and shit. It's like,
I was going to ask Mike what his grandpa would have called this.
Oh, okay.
No, but it was N-word rich.
No, I know. That's actually because Richie Redding does a lot of black rooms. That's what they used to call him. N-word rich. Anyway.
Works for Rich Voss, too.
It took you both couple minutes for that joke, but anyway, it's the people that invented this toilet. It's a toilet. You don't need all
John Crapper.
That's not true, right?
In Flushing, Queens.
He was part of the development team, but he really didn't invent the toilet.
In Flushing, Queens.
The Crapper name didn't. Yeah, that whole thing where like people think it's fun to say that why it was called the Crapper, but no, it was actually Fred Toilet. In Joe Theory.
Mr. Toilet?
You know that. Mr. Toilet if you're nasty. So, all right. Well.
No, that's a cool toilet, dude.
It is cool, but it's
Those
weird that
toilets
he's that hype.
should exist. They just shouldn't be that much. There's no way they're that much.
All right. Because we have time for one more, I will once again give you choices, but I'll add a third choice.
Ooh.
You can have Horatio Sands.
I prefer
and if
comic.
you need to know what they're doing, I can give you a quick hint if that
I
helps.
prefer comic.
Dude, Dad,
Sans.
I want to hear what the story's about.
Horatio Sands settles sexual assault suit of underage fan at SNL party.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have DJ Khaled will let you stay in his shoe closet for $11 on Airbnb. Or
Ooh, that's tough.
Thai Buddhist temple emptied after all the monks test positive for meth.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Shoe closet.
I think the monks one's better for Brandon on the next show because he is like spiritual and I think he might have a good time with that.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's probably better for the next show. So let's do it now. Let's talk about these monks.
Yes. I'm doing it. The guest gets a call.
Was that a gun?
Was he have a gun?
You have a gun?
You have a gun?
No.
What are you,
was
ski
that?
mask?
Nothing.
Put it back up.
Oh yeah, what are you doing? No, stop it. Don't Ray Catola the show. Don't you fucking dare Ray Catola the show. Why do you have a gun?
Why do you have a gun?
What are we doing?
Where did you get a gun? Who gave you a gun?
Why do you have a gun?
I have all guns.
I don't have any guns.
Dude, step it up, dude. Step your depression game up, pussy.
Oh, Ryobi. That's a good brand. And he's going full.
Why do I have a drill right there?
What was that serial killer's name?
Ray Catola?
No.
Bobby, where'd you get a gun?
Bobby's got a gun.
Marquis.
That makes sense.
He was like, hey, I heard you've been texting your ex.
Is that how Earl David Reed pays people now?
No, that'd be sick.
That's a good set, Bobby.
He's like, I would give you this gun, but I heard that joke about you being suicidal, so.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the gun, but next week, if you do well, you get bullets.
Is that a real gun?
Is it?
Well, if you have a real gun and you brought it out there, I hate you. Why are you doing this?
You
Why
see
are
an
we,
orange tip on that bad boy?
We're going to get flagged for like Columbine shit. You're an asshole. Why do you have a gun when you look like that?
Who you talk? Which one of us are you talking to?
You.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. That was actually.
Why did you guys do a thing that DJ Khaled would have done?
Yo, this gun's the best.
Yo, I got a theory.
I filed off the serial number. It's the
Trey
best.
got me this. Trey got me these guns.
He ran across country lines. All right. So let's hear the story about.
Let's talk about.
I don't know if the story can follow for no reason. Bobby has a gun.
What's my daddy done?
Why do you have a gun?
Pearl Jam.
It's for sketches.
No, because earlier you're like, well, the girl yelled at me, and now you have a gun. Dude, we can't go here.
Oh, it's literally just an airsoft gun without the orange tip on for Bobby's World sketches.
Okay, then fine.
Prove
Mike,
it. Put it in
why
your
do you
mouth
have
and
a
pull the
golden
trigger.
gun?
What?
Because he's
Mike,
James
why do you
Bond.
have a golden gun?
Because I'm an assassin, dude.
Where? You're lazy.
James Bond.
Mike lives in
I'm
an
the man with the
area
golden gun.
that's-
James Bond's not real.
I'm the man. Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
and he works taking
He
apart
changes
mufflers
what
with
he
Mike.
looks like all the time.
It's a code name. James Bond is the code name.
He was almost black.
He was black in 007. He was black in Never Say Die.
Oh yeah, he was almost a lady.
It was a black lady. She said, "I'm 007."
I think
now."
I've only seen.
And I was
one
watching that
007.
movie, and I went, "Oh fuck!"
Mike grabbed his gun. He was like, "Not if I have any say over this."
Yeah, they shot the TV like Elvis.
Somebody get me Joker makeup.
I hate guns.
Why do I have a gold gun? Because I have bad impulses.
Is that a real gun?
Yeah, mine is.
Why do you have a real gun?
What?
Next
I have a lot
to
of
you-
real guns.
No, but next to you when you podcast.
Huh? Because I forgot
Why
to
is he
move it
just
out.
laying
Self-defense.
Self-defense, dude. What? Someone breaks
Oh,
in.
someone just came
Manny-
in.
Remember when Manny had nunchucks?
But somebody just
Done.
came in.
Dude. The
The
door's
door
haunted.
just opened.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Shoot the dog that came in.
It's my dog.
That is a good point. Have you ever
It
heard
was.
about Mike's
That's my
dog?
dog. I'll be right back with a different gun.
A
Mike's
different dog.
Mike's have got a very vicious pit bull. That's
Oh, is
all-
it when
all
you made the
joking
joke
aside.
about one of them has to babysit a pit bull? That was him.
Yeah.
I profiled.
Yeah, no, I that's why it was funny to me.
I was like, oh, Manny has a pit bull. I was like, Manny would have been proud of me for this, Bobby. I was at an open mic yesterday, and a comic was doing a joke, newer comic, and he was talking about telenovela, whatever that like the Spanish
Spanish
TV shows.
station, yeah.
Right, and he was saying, if you don't know what they are, there's like each season has 4,000 episodes. So I said to the kid, I go, oh, like One Piece, and it was all young people, and nobody knew what I was talking about. And here I am, a 40-year-old man doing an anime reference. Oh my God, it's a giant gun.
I got all kinds of cool shit, Pat.
You know
I don't
what-
know if that's cool.
You know how
What?
some people
What's not cool about it?
you
I
know
guns kill people.
you know
What?
what
You have a knife.
you know what some people in the old west would name their guns, be like, "Oh, Lucille here is fast." You know what Mike named that gun, Pat?
The divorce lawyer.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
I had somewhere there's a guy who calls his gun that.
It's Judge Steve Harvey, dude.
The argument ender.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. But why do you have guns and a knife right now in a room?
Huh?
Like if the cops came, it's like, dude.
I'd kill the cops.
That's why he has the gun and the knife.
Oh, by the way, should I go? Bobby, I don't normally do this, but right before we do a story, I'll do my plugs now. I'll be doing a show for fallen police officers on Saturday in Bristol. Or
These
I
are all
was.
these are corrupt cops.
No, they were wonderful people. They
No,
were.
the ones I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay, yeah, the ones that I'm doing a show for were not, or at least if they were, we didn't know. If it comes out later, I didn't know. I just did the show. It's fine.
You didn't even know what it was when they booked you.
So, Bobby, I was supposed to have a ride there. I didn't. So I hit up Dion because Dion hasn't been feeling well. Everything's been bad with the accident, whatever. So I said, are you good enough to drive? And he goes, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just mildly retarded, which is my favorite answer to anybody who's going through real medical shit. I'm like, that's cool. Just mild.
It means you
Do
slow
we even
down.
do one more story?
Yes, let's do it.
We'll run out of time.
Let's do the DJ
Well, then do
Khaled
the
one.
shoe closet. If that won't take long.
I don't think either one's going to take long. But okay, what do you want? Shoe closet or monks on meth?
Mike, final decision.
I want monks on meth.
Yeah,
but
they were doing monks on meth.
I don't want to run your
It's the name
time.
of my ska band.
Thai
By that
Buddhist
much.
temple. Then shut the fuck up, gun
Pat?
people. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Make me gay.
Did I
Guns
suck
do-
5 dicks or 6?
Guns do that. Guns make people gay.
In
Real
all
quick.
this excitement, I might have forgot.
Thai Buddhist temple emptied after all the monks test positive for meth by Emily Crane. Oh shit, Bobby. Ready? You wouldn't even guess this pun. Think monks.
Monks and meth. What would the pun be?
Things where they
Breaking.
stay, things they wear. It's a bad habit.
Is this shotgun loaded?
That's what it says right up top. It's a
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that story real quick.
4 Buddhist monks in Thailand have been shipped off to rehab after they all tested positive for meth. The holy men, including the temple's abbot or head monk, failed the drug test in the, I can't pronounce it, Phetchabubin province's Bung, oh, God damn it, Bung Sam Phan district on Monday.
Hey, you
An
racist.
official
It's
said.
called a PF Chang's.
It says Bung. The temple is now empty of monks, and nearby villagers are concerned they cannot do any merit making, said the official Boon Lurt. Police forced the monks to undergo urine tests after they raided the temple as part of the province's crackdown on drugs. The monks, who haven't been named, like literally, they have no names. They're just monks. Earth, water, fire, and air. That's the 4 monks' names. They
Ang 400
yeah, I couldn't. I was trying to do Ang. I was like, he has an arrow on his head. Fucking.
was quoted with saying,
I've been away for 4,000 years, but it's like
and you took my drugs.
my drugs, and I kind of want to fuck my ice cousin. Anyway, the monks who haven't been named have been sent to a health clinic to undergo drug rehabilitation. Imagine if you were in drug rehab and monks showed up. Yo, I'm still on drugs. They were also immediately booted from the monkhood in the wake of their positive tests, leaving their tiny temple without any religious leaders. Merit making is a Buddhist practice that involves followers donating food to monks as a good deed. So wait, the people are mad because they just can't give food to monks? Like that who we give food to? Maybe the starving people next to you.
Where did they get the meth?
I hope we get that. Dude, this is my favorite sentence ever. Backup monks are being sent to the temple so villagers can practice their religious obligations. Yo, being a backup monk, yeah, being an understudy monk rules. You're just waiting to get called in. I bet you the backup monks planted the meth.
That's just some bald dude at an office job, like Army Reserve.
Oh,
Just return to shine. Like, fuck.
sorry guys, I'm getting called up to the big leagues.
Yeah. That'd be cool
wasn't-
for the next couple weeks.
It wasn't immediately clear that if any drugs were also found stashed in the temple. Thailand is a major transit country for methamphetamine flooding in from neighborhood nations and pill sales for as little as 50 cents on the street. Still, the positive meth test is just the latest instance of Thai monks behaving badly. A drug-addled monk named Fra Anapalo, 34, was arrested earlier this month in northern Thailand after allegedly carjacking 2 vehicles and leading cops on a frantic chase.
That's amazing.
He is facing up to 3 years in jail for the car theft and is also expected to be charged under Thailand's Narcotics Act. That's all the story is.
So it didn't say how they got meth.
I mean, it just kind of clears that like you can get
It's
meth
just
for as
saying,
little as 50 cents.
Hey, every monk is on meth.
I mean, monks don't have money, but they're being given food. So maybe whatever little money they had, they were spending on meth. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it monks doing meth? Is it people who are mad that they can't give canned goods to monks because that was their fucking religious belief? Is it people who sold monks meth? Or is it backup monks? Who's the piece of shit in this story? Bobby, go first.
It's the police. Like, they're Buddhists. You know how hard it is to be a
Buddhist.
You know how hard it is to be a Buddhist on meth?
I'm a Yatist.
To be calm and relaxed on fucking meth? They're just testing the limits of their faith. They're trying
But
to
I'm
be
guessing, Bobby, that's why they got caught. I'm guessing they were not calm.
who knows, but
One jacked a car.
they're trying to test the limits of their beliefs and faith. They're trying to get better at it. So like the police just don't understand.
If you were sitting in your car and a monk pulled you out, you'd still be like, yo, is that a monk?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh man, he needs to work on his patience. He's trying
Bobby,
to
is
teach
this-
me a
is
lesson.
this the same
Life is
country?
Very,
suffering.
very calmly, he's like, get the fuck out of the car.
I would appreciate it if you got the fuck out of this automobile. So I need to get more canned goods.
Just
But Bobby,
karate chops
isn't
your
this
window.
the same country where we where that monk took that baby and threw him off a roof?
That was a monkey.
Ah,
And Mike was also on that episode.
I know. I knew that Mike would also answer that, but I knew if I directed it to you, Mike would jump in with monkey knowledge. So Mike was my backup monkey.
Hey, do you know monkeypox? See how they changed the name to monkeypox?
Monkpox.
It's Mpox, dude.
Yeah, it comes in your Abbott. But so who's the piece of shit? You think it's the police?
Yeah, like if you knew a priest was getting high, just let him get high as long as he's not fucking shit up.
Meth though, that's a little much. Weed, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Meth.
Somebody's got to rake all that sand.
Yeah, but they're not making any money, so that putting like,
super cool patterns in the sand now.
Can you imagine how fun it is to rake sand on fucking meth, dude?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make
Meth
the greatest.
explains so much.
counting each grain.
You know when you see those monks breaking bricks with their head, you're like, oh, it's meth.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 'cause I was always like, how could you choose that life? Like, you don't get to sleep with women. You got your head shaved. You wear a dress. You have no real life. Oh, drugs. I didn't realize you did drugs the whole time.
Sounds like it rules.
Yeah, it sounds like a Grateful Dead concert without the music. It's like better music to me.
And a lot of the hippier shit, like, oh, I'm able to summon my energy and hit you in the chest with it. That's just ideas people have on meth. Yeah, that's just a meth idea.
Yeah, that's so
Oh, I
meth.
felt it.
I can control water.
That was better acting than
Like
I did in
turning on
any
the
of the
faucet.
Bobby's World sketches.
I can't wait till DJ Khaled's like, yo, I'm doing meth.
It's the best.
I got a new theory.
Isn't it affecting your life? It's taking over.
Another one of meth.
And
Mike,
another
who's a
one.
piece of shit?
The piece of shit is that monk that got caught carjacking and ruining it for the whole temple.
That monk rules. He's the Fast and the Furious monk.
I cannot imagine. I hope they're dressed like like a Shaolin monk, like the robe, the fucking all that shit.
I hope he doesn't have regular clothes like wind pads.
Yeah,
and
if it was
stuff on.
regular clothes, it's stupid.
That's how they
If
knew.
you got the outfit on, you're like, get out of the car.
That's how
He's
they
got a
knew.
tracksuit that just says monk on the back. You're like, no, dude.
That's how they knew which monks were on meth. It was the ones with Wu-Tang on the back of their babbits.
Oh man,
Being a monk on meth would be so fun.
oh that'd be dude, if you were in a car and it was carjacked by the monk, but you're still in the back seat, like they just threw the guy in the front, but you're in the back, and you're like, you're on drugs, and then a monk just starts driving with you. Like all I would do is sing, "We got the monk, gotta have that monk." We got the whole time. I'm not calling the cops.
You think their supplier was like, "Are you nervous these monks are going to turn on us?" And he was like, "Nah, they took a vow of silence."
I've never seen meth before, but they have a picture of what is meth. And I didn't know meth looked like that.
I think a Buddhist monk threatens to kill you. He's like, but don't worry, you'll be reincarnated as like a butterfly or something. You'll be fine.
No, they don't believe in that.
Bobby,
They
the police
don't-
did.
Buddhists believe in reincarnation.
I think it depends on the type of Buddhism, actually. There's some that's just like a philosophy. Like you could be a Catholic Buddhist in theory.
Theory? Poop?
I mean, well, good point.
Everything's poop.
There's an episode of The Simpsons about it, Mike. That's kind of your education level.
But I'll tell you right now, I'm on DJ Khaled's side. I know they're on a different story, but the more I think about it, theories are just shit.
Yeah, I love
Every
it.
theory is just shit.
I'm taking a theory.
He's a genius, dude.
Because
But
it could have been good, but it's the bad.
so I disagree with you, Bobby, at the beginning, but the more I think about it, the fact that police made monks take a urine test is fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, they were right, but I'd still be like, if this goes wrong, we're the worst police officers.
And here's the thing, Pat. It's not a financially well-off country, so them taking
What?
a urine
50 cent
test,
meth.
them taking a urine test is just peeing in the cop's mouth.
See if they get high.
Yeah, that's
This
how
guy's on
meth
meth.
works. It literally works that way.
Guilty.
Innocent.
They have one guy who's real good at gargling pee.
He's like the third guy in line's like he's not even tasting my meth. It's just meth from the first guy left over.
He's a PI.
He got pee in his eye.
Mag Yum PI. That's who that guy is. Mm. So, Mike, did you choose somebody?
Huh? I said it was that monk for getting caught.
Oh yeah, that guy.
They don't say how they got meth. If they would have explained
Yeah.
how the entire temple got meth, then I would pick that person.
Well,
I bet you the
one
police
monk-
gave it to him.
One of the guys isn't actually a
You
monk.
think?
He just had cancer.
He
He used to be
infiltrated?
a chemistry teacher and was like, you know what I could do here?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was dirty cops.
Oh, it was Breaking Bad
Like-
is what I was doing.
I don't see monks
I never saw it,
doing
so
meth.
sorry.
I don't see them just throwing all that religious shit away and being like, I'm just going to start doing meth.
I do. What if they all found out it's not real? They're like, someone's like, hey, by the way, you know this is fake, right? They're like,
Hey,
fuck.
hey, you know that statue praying to? Not real, dude.
Not real.
That's not even Buddha.
Yeah. Why do we all pray to a fat guy?
I think you'd be surprised how many like Southern Baptist pastors are probably on meth. I feel like you probably could, if you were into religion already and
But
you do meth,
those-
you just
those
get
aren't
super
monks.
religious.
But not even that, Bobby.
I
I'm
hold
surprised.
monks to a higher standard. Watched a lot of anime.
Maybe it's just me, but I'm surprised when anyone's on meth. It's meth. Why are you doing meth?
Because you live in a country where you can get meth for 50 cents.
I don't care. You're not. You're also. It's not like they're making good money. They're monks. 50 cents is people's religious belief is give them canned soup. They have no money. What are they giving? 3 cans of soup for some meth? What's the trade value?
But what I'm saying is, it not even necessarily like it's just so frequent, but they may not have the education about meth that we do. Like it may be a part of their culture.
Do you think they're just like, oh, that's a magic crystal?
Yeah,
if it's
or
a
like
part
it
of-
could have been a part of their religious ceremonies. Like they all like a
If
lot
it
of
was,
ayahuasca.
then the cops wouldn't arrest them for it.
But that may be like they're cracking down now. Like there are new
Not
rules.
cracking, mething though.
I think that's subtraction. No, that's mathing
Method
down.
man. Method
I'm
man should be there.
gonna put your nuts on a dresser, just your nutsack, and I'm gonna hit it with a spiked baseball bat, like blow.
That's my favorite part where he just goes into a 3-minute talk at the end. He's just like,
I'm
I'm a gonna.
I'm gonna take a coat hanger and put it on the stove till it gets nice and red hot, and put it in your asshole nice and slow, like.
You think he knew they were recording?
Oh, absolutely.
I think he was just saying that shit. They're like, yo, tape that. He does that a lot.
I'm gonna sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. METHOD.
Monk.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, like, how dare they just merch the TV show like that? Adrian would never do meth.
Don't see monks doing meth.
I don't see Adrian Monk doing meth either.
See, they're super holy people.
Sharona would never let that
I can't
happen.
believe you did USA's own monk.
Dude, that show hit so close to home because it was like watching my dad be a detective instead of a doctor.
Hold on. I just got to message Brandon and say start a little bit late. But this show has been great. Thanks, monks. Thanks, DJ Kaled. And thanks, Mike.
You're
Tell
the
them where they
best.
can see you.
Where they can see me, you can see me on Instagram at Mike OD Comedy.
Will you be posing in front of toilets?
Yes. I'll take a picture in front of my toilet tonight.
Yeah, and pose.
Yeah. No one's here to take the photo, so it's going to be a little hard to do.
Yeah, DJ Kaled's got a toilet picture guy.
I will take a toilet photo. At a Boyness Fridge on Instagram. Check out the podcast. I don't know when we're recording. Someone's fucking having a kid, so it's fucking a lot of shit up. And I'm at the Comedy Zone New Year's Eve. I'll be hosting.
Someone's having a kid.
Yeah, tell Casey I said
What?
Congratulations.
Why is
That's
that
not
fucking your
Casey.
shit up?
Huh?
Why is Manny having a kid fucking your shit up?
Because he's not here to record, Pat. He's got to
He's
have
not-
baby
He's not
appointments.
delivering the baby. He weighs 6. What's he gonna juggle it? Fucking, he can podcast with you.
They said, hey, are we recording this week? He's like, maybe this weekend. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, record. You could go with him and be there at the hospital. Record there.
No, I don't think he's having the baby this weekend, Pat.
A boy in his placenta.
I don't think he's having the baby for a couple of months, so I don't understand why we can't record
Yeah,
the
unless
podcast.
things go way off a plan, he's not having the baby for a
Why
while.
does he not know how to be Latino? He's just supposed to have a lot of kids, not have any responsibility.
I don't know. It's the white part of him.
Oh, it's the worst part. It's the man part in Manny.
New Year's Eve, Comedy Zone. Come out.
All right, Bobby.
Check out the DMAX Sports program. We had a fun one with Jedi Jared on this week. A lot of Ron and Fez talk. If you're a fan of that, check it out. Head over to our Patreon. A lot of fun episodes over there. And most importantly, get some tickets to see me and Pat either New Year's Eve or at his album taping, whichever one's closest to you. And while you're excited and don't know what to do with all that anticipation, now you got 2 tickets burning a hole in your pocket. Head on over to Compound and watch Bobby's World, or Bobby's Universe, episode 2 up now, starring Mike O'Donnell.
December.
booze.
I have a bunch of coming up, but December 9th is a Friday morning. At 5:30 a.m. it starts. It's the Chaz and AJ Toy Drive at Jordan's Furniture. They do the whole show in the morning. I've been part of this for 4 years now. so many people are there drinking heavily at 5:30 in the morning in a furniture store where they get like 200 people. It's classic rock. So live performance by the band NRBQ at 6 a.m. They will be there.
Oh no!
And
what do those stand for? I knew LGBT, but I don't know NRP.
What do you
Well,
think
we
that
all know
stands
N. Retard,
for? Yeah.
bisexuals, and queers. That was the original 4. Remember, like the original Avengers, and then they branched off. They got Captain Marvel.
Now we're on fucking Doctor Strange and Wanda's best friends.
This is what happens with time travel. You can't keep fucking shit up.
I just got Disney Plus this week, so I just caught up on a lot of that shit, and I'm watching WandaVision right now, and I hope it gets better.
It does.
No.
Okay, I'm real mad at it.
What
right
episode are you
Are
on?
they gonna play "Riding in My Car"?
Yes, that's actually the one song that we've been playing on the air as a tease to it. This is they have to play. Right? What else are they gonna play? The
I don't
other
know.
ones?
Me and the Boys.
That they'll play 3 songs. I guess they have 4 songs.
Turns out Mike's uncle's the drummer for NBPQ.
He's the end.
But I'll also be part of it, and I actually got to write the segment that I'll be on. So it'll be. I'm not supposed to reveal it, but no one's watching here and there. I'll be Scrooge, and I'm gonna play Santa in Jeopardy. And I wrote all the questions/answers. So
You're like, oh no, I'm still soaking wet from the shower. Let me plug in this hairdryer real quick. Ho ho, zzz. Get it, your Santa in Jeopardy.
well, okay. So there was a decision on the costume. At first, they were like, "You should, we'll get you like a top hat to be like the at the end Scrooge," But then my son said to me, "No, you got to get the nightgown and the sleep hat."
Oh, 100%.
And I was like,
yeah.
so I went to Chaz and I was like, "What do you think?" And he just messaged me and goes, "Ordered it."
That's amazing.
Done.
And the candle.
Yeah, the whole thing. I'm gonna have all that shit. I'm
That's
gonna be like
brilliant.
that. Seamus was brilliant with that move. Just so you know, Bobby, even though we're gonna go there, but I just messaged Brandon. We're gonna start at 9:15, so we got a couple minutes.
Perfect.
So, perfect. But yeah, go see us New Year's Eve. It's never too early to buy tickets to my album recording at City Steam, February 17th and 18th. The link is, you can go to comedycraftbeer.com to get that. Bobby's on the show. The hilarious Darren Rivera is hosting it. I'm really excited about the hour. I've got the whole hour now. I've worked on all the stories. Everything I want is there. Now I'm just getting exactly where I want it in the next 2 months. So we're right there. So I have a couple spots open in my calendar still in January and early February. So if you got some open spots in the New England area and you need a headliner, I got to run this set. So I'll come a little bit cheaper. Not too much, but a little bit cheaper to run this fucking set. So besides that, Silk City Hot Sauce, whatever, you're great. When DJ Kaled eats it, he poops it, and he thinks it's a good thing. You didn't make us any sauce, so fuck off. Whatever. Mike, thanks. You're the best. As always. I know Bobby said you're one of our favorites. You're my favorite. I said
Mine
that
too.
all.
Well, thank you.
You are. And Dan's second. I like Dan Brown, but he's second. He doesn't. Nothing compares to you, Sinead O'Connor. So except for the gun part. But in Dan Brown's defense, he also has pellet guns and a fucking knife, and a bigger knife than you had. So you're both terrifying. And he killed bees in a bucket, and they stay in his room with him. So the dead bees. You
And
win.
his dick was so long he could. Anyway,
What?
he keeps
Suck
bees in a bucket. His dick was so long he could suck it.
He's from Nantucket.
Oh, I didn't know there was a bees part in there.
There isn't. I was just making a joke.
Oh, you freestyle.
You
another
know
one.
me. Another one. If you can't beat them, no. If you can't join them, beat them. Because we're the best.
Jesus Christ, that was such a militia move. Like,
And don't be a piece of shit.